Pretty
Ducktales. First, we want to give you a little sneak peek of another show that we've been producing in our studio that will be premiering next year. Comic-Con exclusive. This is created by an amazingly talented artist named Matt Brawley. He is the creator and EP of this new show called Amphibia. And, oh, some people have already heard of it. That's a good reaction. This... excited to share this sneak peek. This is a work in progress, almost finished, temp music, but we're really excited about it, so we wanted to give you a sneak peek of this. Matt Brawley, the creator, he was a director on Gravity Falls. Director on Big City Greens. And we're delighted when he pitched, created, and now is producing with an amazing crew this new show. So let's take a sneak peek at Amphibia, which will premiere next year on Disney Channel.
Who was at our panel last year at Comic-Con? That felt like one long woo and not like woo woo. But okay, never mind. Who's new to our panel this year? Yeah. Well, welcome. I'm a little biased, but I think this is the most fun panel at Comic-Con every year. So, without further ado, let's get into this. We have some surprises, we have some ducks, we have some humans who voicing ducks, we have some people who drew ducks. A lot of duck work here. Who's ready to meet the cast? Alright, so first up, please give a warm welcome to the executive producer of Ducktales, Matt Youngberg. Going for co-producer and story editor, Francisco Angones. How about Ducktales art director, Sean Jimenez. She is your favorite housekeeper and kind of a little spy on the side. She plays Mrs. Beakley, Tokes Olagundaye. The oldest brother, the most responsible brother we can say, playing the voice of Huey. Please welcome Danny Pudi. If your favorite color is blue, you probably love the voice of Dewey, Ben Schwartz. Here for the first time, bringing all three Duck brothers together. He's the voice of Louie, Bobby Moynihan. Give it up for the talented creators of Ducktales, right? Bobby, this is Ducktales Comic-Con. How do you feel living up to expectations?
I feel great. Thank you for giving me 3 chairs. It's the best. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, guys. So many Ducktales fans. The best. I'm really excited to be here. It's good. It's good to be with the family.
Totally. So we've got the cast. We've got the humans. I feel like we should see some ducks, right? What did you bring? You brought a little refresher. Season 1.
Yeah, so we started airing this past year, and since the last Comic-Con, and so a lot of people were highly anticipating the new series, but now you've seen the new series, I hope. So we thought we'd bring something that's a bit of a refresher for you, but it's also, as we're rounding out the end of the first season, there's a little bit of a tease for the season finale in this clip that we're going to show you as well, some stuff that you've never seen before. It's really exciting.
We didn't even show the scene where Darth Maul shows up.
Let's go to the clip!
So, Matt and Frank, as we saw in the clip, as we're nearing the end of season 1, mysteries are still very much front and center. Mystery of Dalla Duck, mystery of Magic and Dispel, and Lena. What can you guys share about where those mysteries are headed in the season finale?
Very little.
Alright, moving on.
Well, I think we can share, what you we've seen. There's definitely a climactic battle coming up that you can look forward to. There's a little bit more information to be received about the hunt for the Spear of Selene. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that it's in the name, or it's in the main titles of the show. It's like solving mysteries, and we want to make sure that we're delivering on that promise.
Totally.
Yeah, the funny thing is that last year when we were here, we couldn't talk about Dulla Duck at all. Like, it was the big thing that we were saving for, like, the huge cliffhanger at the end of the first episode, and I was terrified that someone was going to ask me, hey, where are their parents? And no one did until there was a publishing panel the next day, and an adorable, could not be more central casting, like 7-year-old girl was like, hey, do they have a mom, and where is she? And I was like, but yeah, I mean, it's been super exciting to share the story of this mystery that we always felt was like hiding in plain sight. It was the thing that was always a question but was never really asked. Like, you know, it was just it was really gratifying to see the reactions. Like, oh, that's what they're doing with this show. So
Sure. For the cast, who among you was the most invested in the mystery? Were you ever like surprised by how invested you truly were in these answers?
Yeah, I'm a huge nerd. I watch every episode, and I can't wait for it to come on. I watch it like a fan. We know what's happening in most of the episodes, but you still, they're doing such an amazing job that you watch it and you go like, I'm a part of this. And I was surprised at a lot of the stuff I saw this season, even though I knew it was coming. They did an amazing bang-up job.
Some would call me invested. Others would call me very smart that I downloaded the Disney Now app so I could watch the episodes 3 hours earlier. Some might say that. Oh yeah, I'm really here to plug the Disney Now app. When you click it, one of my favorite parts is all the ducks come out and I'm like, hey, we made the Disney Now! But I mean, we get these scripts and I read them like they're Harry Potter books. You're just like, whoa! And then I'm like, why aren't I in this episode? No, it's so fun because we get to tell this story, whether it be about Della, and my character has this such investment in finding out who his mother is, as you can see. So it's been so fun to be in a show that rewards people for sticking with it, and it teaches, you know, like it tells you a story if you keep going. So I'm very excited.
Every time we get a script, and like Louis will say, like Uncle Scrooge or Uncle Donald, I go like, I'm talking to Donald Duck. Yeah. Like it's not lost on us. Like it's whenever we get to mention like one of those names, you're like, I'm talking to Donald Duck. He's my uncle. The greatest thing in the world. You feel very special and very lucky.
Now that we're a year, you know, last year we hadn't seen anything, and this year we've seen so many great episodes. I want to get a little status quo check-in. How are we doing on race cars? How are we doing on lasers? Aeroplane.
well, aeroplanes obviously are there.
A lot of
Very clear. Race cars, we have race cars?
Yeah.
Do we have a buddy system?
Yeah, there's a whole race.
Whole race.
Can I ask a nerd question of you guys?
Yeah.
Do I have this wrong? That on Ducktales they never say airplanes, they only say aeroplanes?
That's absolutely right. The writers would be fired if they wrote anything besides aeroplane.
That
That's very good. That's right there.
They don't say airplane, they say
Aeroplane.
It's genius.
We have a
There's pedals for me, I don't know. You guys can take
It's so cool you guys showed up.
Yeah, thanks for
I appreciate it. I'm really excited to hear what
If you
happened.
guys could keep the questions down to a minimum, I'd be really happy because I have a lot of stuff to test.
we have a race cars, airplanes, lasers checklist in the art department. So we got it covered. Every episode we're trying to squeeze that in there as much as we can.
It's the only note I ever ask is, can we get an aeroplane on this? And the answer is
And I say no. But lasers are easier to draw.
So, for Bobby, Danny, Ben, this is the first time we've had all three of you together as brothers on this panel. What have you discovered is the power when Huey, Dewey, and Louie are together, as opposed to when they're on their own?
Oh, give me a second. Aeroplane.
It's fun. You love it.
Yeah, it's great. Great show.
I think, oddly enough, we are similar to our characters in a way.
Mm-hmm.
I think that if this was real life, and it is, there'd be a panel. I'm the idiot, he would be in charge, and Ben gets to do all the fun stuff.
Doesn't this look like a Price is Right? Look at the microphone that Bob Barker uses.
You like have to hold it like this.
10 cents.
Very dainty.
Alright. Good attributes of our characters that we
That's fair.
kind of are similar to it. Yeah.
I'm greedy, I don't care.
I like.
I'm always trying to find out who my mom is.
None of us wear pants.
No.
Did we answer it? Did we answer that question?
I think so.
A lot of hands went down.
Well, we have a very classy cast member on the panel.
Sean, welcome.
Mrs. Beakley, Tokes, we recently found out that Mrs. Beakley has quite the past. She was a swinging 60s spy, very impeccably dressed, love her headband work. What was surprising to you to find out about this woman's past? Like, did it change the way you play her? Were you really excited to record that episode when you found out what was happening?
I'm super excited to record that episode because I knew it was coming in my head. I was just like trying to make them do it the entire time. Just like telepathically. And they did, so
Love
happy
it.
with it.
How is it for any of you guys when you do have all these action scenes? It's a lot of grunts and a lot of I think. I mean, I'm just guessing. What is it like when you're in these adventure scenes? Is that when you really come alive?
It's when you get really embarrassed.
I feel like we do a lot of, I feel like 90% of the stuff I do is come in and go, whoa!
Yeah! Or I like sing a song. You guys make me sing a song. I feel like those grunts are super fun. It's the most like, anytime we grunt, I'm assuming it's the same for you guys, I do the
I have
motion.
to do the action.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you're
jumping
kicking.
land.
Yeah.
Jumping and
Not me,
landing.
I'm sitting in a chair,
Oh,
and I'm relaxing.
oh, alright.
I just have people punch me in the gut. You get what you get.
We used to scream early, now we have to say the screams for the end. Head-ons.
Yeah.
We do a lot of screaming.
We make our voices very high.
A lot of it is like, that was great, now sound like a kid.
Yeah.
Younger, and younger.
Faster.
And younger.
Uncle Scrooge.
That was the original audition. This was Huey. Hey guys, this is Dewey. Oh, hello. And then Louie. So they had to be like, no, you got it.
Younger, pitch it up, pitch it up.
Oh, God, imagine having to deal with us to record.
First time we're together.
We should not be together.
Most of our interview questions, the next question starts like this. Okay.
There was a period where Bobby was still in New York and we would record Danny and Ben together. We did that twice.
And what happened?
And it was great. It's some of the best memories I have. Solid 9 hours of my life.
There are so many fun pairings that we've seen in the show. We've gotten to see Webby and Dewey on their search for Della, Beakley and Scrooge hunting down gummy berry juice, Huey and Louie solving like a kidnap mystery in Scrooge McManor. What was one of your favorite pairings that we got to see this year, and what do we have to look forward to? For anyone.
Oh, well, I'll say there's one that we hinted at in this teaser that's really fun. Launchpad and Webby together is really fun in a way that I didn't expect. So that's one of my favorites so far.
Yeah, we realized, oh, it's the movie Step Brothers. I love putting people with Launchpad because anyone next to Launchpad seems smarter. Like my favorite pairing, honestly, is Dewey and.
Same thing with Beck Bennett in real life.
He's a friend. He's not even. He's a very good friend of mine.
There was just a throwaway line in an episode of Tunnel Terraformians where Launchpad is worried that Dewey's a mole man. He says, I can't believe my best friend is a mole man. And Dewey goes, I'm your best friend. And it was a throwaway joke, and everyone in the writer's room jumped on it. It's like, yep, absolutely. Now Launchpad knows when Dewey's in trouble. He's like the guy that can make Dewey the smart one.
Thanks, guys. Very cool. Slow pan, slow pan. Thank you so much. And pan away, and pan away. See you later, guys. Long way. Wait, can you make Bobby the edge of frame so you know? No, man, no. Not talking to someone about it. It could be anybody you want. Bobby's been touring with the Muppets. He's very good at this.
I guess why interviewers have no idea what to do. So I want to ask you a question that I, as a big fan of Disney Afternoon, want to know. One of the most exciting things on this season of Ducktales, we saw Darkwing Duck. Oh, you know him? Yeah. We heard about gummy berry juice. And we're about to meet Dawn Carnage from Tailspin. Matt and Frank, what is DuckTales' relationship to the characters and shows of Disney Afternoon? Is this your cinematic universe?
I'll say, I think that the relationship that DuckTales has to the Disney Afternoon is the relationship that I have to the Disney Afternoon, and that I think Frank has to the Disney Afternoon, which is we love all of it. And we want to bring as much of it into DuckTales as we can, because it's such a wonderful opportunity to create a world and to populate that world with so many things that we love.
Yeah, one of the things we were talking about building the world and seeing what we could do and how we could stretch it. We always said everyone has a different version of DuckTales. For some people it's the Carl Barks comics, for some people it's the series, it's the video game, it's the movies, it's the old Donald Duck shorts, it's everything. And if you're talking about the original series of DuckTales, I always felt like that was all a big shared universe. Or it would be cool, like every now and then you'd see Glomgold show up in a Darkwing Duck episode, you'd see the genie in Aladdin turn into Sebastian the Crab, and there's so much stuff there. There was actually, so when you start, this is boring behind the scenes stuff, but when you start a new series, if it's a new series, you usually have a meeting with the legal department, and you go through like the list of all the names of the characters to make sure that a guy named Scrooge McDuck in Peoria isn't going to sue you or whatever. And for heritage properties, it's always like, okay, we want to make sure that we can use all the names of all the characters in DuckTales, all the characters from Uncle Scrooge comics, both the American and international. And then there was like a shared look between Matt and I. We're like, and could we have all the characters from Darkwing Duck as well? And could we also have all the characters from Tailspin, and can we have gummy berry juice, and 100 other things, and they were cool with it. Like, they were excited that we were excited, and I really have to thank Disney for letting us incorporate all of this stuff that's so integral to our childhoods and finding new ways to introduce it. That's the funny thing that people got. We brought back Darkwing Duck, and people on there was like, but you didn't bring it back the right way! We're working. It's not the last time you see Darkwing Duck on DuckTales, all right? The joy of having the opportunity to bring all the stuff that I loved as a kid to current day audience it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, Sean, I wanted to ask you, with all these characters being incorporated into the show, like from Tailspin, like from Darkwing Duck, what is the challenge for you as the art director to get all these different styles into this awesome new DuckTales look?
Well, when it comes to the writing of the characters with Frank and Matt and all the writers, the writing team, they're obviously like getting to like the core or like the essence of what that character is. And because they weren't used that often, or they were kind of side characters for some of those shows way back in the 80s, there's also opportunity to add more to them. And then as far as style and character design, then we design the characters to the characters' personality traits more. They're almost more fun to design because, you know, with you got like main characters like Donald and Scrooge, you kind of got to keep to their proportions of what they were in the past. But then for the other characters, you could really play with their shapes and exaggerate things. And then there's Doofus Drake. and that's like, there's a lot of love behind all of that, and then you can have a lot of fun with like a character like Doofus Drake, where these guys have kind of written him to be kind of mad. And
the Mad Boy King of Duckburg?
yeah. So there's a lot. It always comes with the character first, though. You know, the personality first, and then we design around it, just like any other character.
Totally. Speaking of looks, for the cast, has this changed the way you select red, blue, or green shirts?
I think this is the first Ducktales thing where I thought, I'm a nerd, so I just wore a green sweatshirt to all of them, because I thought that was like a cool thing. It's not cool. Everyone looks really nice, and I'm an idiot in a giant sweatshirt in the heat. So now I decided to wear a plaid shirt like an adult.
I only play blue 90s characters. Thank you. My favorite color is blue. I'm still. Oh, I'm wearing a Haunted Man. By the way, you're saying like you're dressed like an adult. You're wearing an X-Men shirt from your childhood. We're both wearing shirts that make us happy when we wake up in the morning.
First and last time people cheered when I opened my shirt. Saturday mornings at 9. Shirts. Yeah.
Disney Now app.
Comic-Con. There were some technical problems, to say the least. Did you bring anything this year? Will it actually work this time?
We're gonna find out. I got my computer set up again. Last time we accidentally revealed too much.
Like Bobby? Sorry, no.
But we've got it. I went through. I found the perfect thing to show. It is not a spoiler at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna. I got my mouse. It's a very real mouse.
Love that background.
Thank you for doing this. I know it's really hard to stay away from spoilers, but I know.
Yeah, no spoilers whatsoever. Here we go.
Very real mouse.
Very
Yeah, of course. Okay, well, let's Scrooge and some Christmas ghosts. Christmas is not a spoiler, happens every year, and that's the new head of Gold Industries. That might be a problem, but let's breeze through. I'm gonna find the new one. Nope, this is still okay. It's still okay. That is Feather Duck. The Italian comics, it's a little bit of a spoiler. It's not that big a deal. Moving on, okay. So we have 3 new females who compete with the Digin from the Ducktales movie.
This is pretty far into season 2.
That young World is a very big spoiler. This is just a spoiler for season 3 of Westworld. Yeah, no. And John Rocker Duck, very famous Duck villain. There's one big comics fan right there that I like. Oh boy. That's like, oh boy. When we rehearsed this bit, we did not have the cast.
Don't do anything like that again.
Alright,
It's
okay. We have, you know what? I think we have just a nice, safe Donald Duck season 1 clip.
Yeah, so I saw something in there that said Donald Duck. Can you make sure you played that?
Yeah. And if you need me to pretend to click really fast to get there, I can do that too.
See, that sounded like Donald. Not everyone.
Donald-esque.
Donald-esque.
Okay?
So please click on the
season
Donald.
1 and alright. Oh, this is season 1. That is the stupidest thing we've ever done.
So far.
Ben, you were on a show with Don for a while. Did you know he'd be coming in and Donalding for us?
Frank, what happened? How did we get Don Cheadle?
I said, hey, it would be cool if Donald sounded like an Avenger for this one. And Ben said, I know an Avenger.
I texted Don and one of his kids, because I knew if one of his kids was on the chain, he was going to say yes. And then he said yes in his family, and he had so much fun doing it. He had a blast. He said he had a blast doing it.
He got really nervous about saying like, all fooey and oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And there's a really fun thing that happens on our show, and I think a couple of you guys have done it, and a couple of other actors have done it, where we need them to do, Totes did a very good job of it, we need someone to have a Donald-style freak out. There's like a... And Don was very nervous about that, trying to do justice by that, but it was...
But he nailed it. It was amazing.
100%.
He's amazing. He can do everything. It's insane. Don't pan over to me. It's going to end. He can do anything. He's the most talented human being in the world. Except for our cast. Sorry.
The fifth most talented. So Matt and Frank, I want to just talk a little bit about season 2. Some of those great characters that we saw are probably up ahead. What can you tell us about what we're in for?
You're in for a lot. Season 2 is really big and really fun. We're really excited about what's coming. As you can see, we're wrapping up season 1. You'll be seeing the finale really soon. It's really exciting that that clip is from the finale, and it's huge. The finale itself, but season 2 is even bigger. And so there's a lot of stories, a lot of things we want to tell. And in fact, we're deep into production right now. We've gotten a few episodes back in color. We are in the process of finalizing these episodes, and we wanted to share a little bit with the Comic-Con audience.
Yeah.
This is exclusive stuff. This is like in its roughest form with some temp music and temp sound, so it's like...
None of this will be online. This is just for you guys in this room. Please do not share it around, but tell everybody that you saw it.
Yeah, so it's from the first 4 episodes of season 2. I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek.
Love how much you guys love Ducktales.
Because I do too. I just want to say real quick, speaking of loving DuckTales, I want to give a big shout out to loving the DuckTales crew. We have some of the crew here. It's the best crew I've ever worked with, and everyone makes everyone better. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, thank you.
And everyone on the crew is a fan, and they care so much about all parts of it as well. So they're always a joy to work with.
So we know you guys are all fans as well, and I think it's time to open it up to the audience for some questions. So there's you all know. There's a line up nice and peacefully for questions, and while you're doing so, while people are standing up, can I see everybody who's wearing red, blue, and green stand up?
Yeah! Now let's get some webbies up. We got some webbies.
Webbies? Any webbies? Yeah! Any beaklies? Alright. Any other duck?
Love your game, America. Hey, amigo!
Love that. Alright.
Oh, amazing!
So also, you guys noticed all that crinkly was all of you very excited to unwrap your exclusive Fat Mojo toys.
Oh, I haven't seen it yet.
It's right over there. There you go.
Yay!
We got some duck whistles for you. Yeah, can we get a group whistle? Just kidding. You guys will get tickets that you can redeem for duck whistle. Well, those, so you can get those at the Comic-Con Premium Hub. Cool. There's a long line, so let's get right to it. Audience, please, give me your questions. How are you?
Hello? I have a question.
Yeah?
I'm Zachy.
Hi.
Hey, Zachy.
Is that...
I was wondering how good you feel to know how it feels to take over as these iconic characters. And when will we see Chip and Dale?
Act real sweet, didn't it? That it is an honor to play these characters because we love them. When I was your age, and until I'm 36 now, you got a lot of love to do, kid. But I love them so much. So the idea that we get to meet them and that someone your age is watching them and is affected by them makes me, and I'm sure this entire table, so happy.
The idea that you may go home from school and hear that theme song and start watching the show like we did. There's still school, right? They still I wasn't sure if it's changed since I went. I'm 41 years old. You'll get there someday, maybe. But you're killing time, I'll tell you that. Feels good. Second part of your question,
Frank, Matt?
As soon as I'm allowed to.
Yes, you're allowed.
Wait, I will say this. I'll say this about Disney Afternoon cameos. Obviously, that is part of the DNA of the show. There have been some on the show that people have not found yet.
Oh. Really?
whoa.
Yep.
What did you say?
You're just throwing that gauntlet.
Yeah, I don't know all the way
Up there, and then you guys should go look online, figure it out. Yep. But no, it's we're always looking for the right opportunity for the right characters. Like I said, we love the Disney Afternoon, so you know, who knows what the future will bring, but we always try to find a place.
Hey, Zach, we're gonna give you a present. Come over here, Zach. We have these. We have very few of them. Okay. We have these limited edition things that we all sign. All right.
So I know from Tumblr that Frank has a particular fondness for headless man horse.
As we all
If anyone else on the panel has a favorite minor character.
There was a mummy. No, I'm just kidding.
Episode 6.
I'm a big Beakley fan. I love Beakley, and I'm very partial to Launchpad. Beck Bennett's voice, one of the most soothing and wonderful things in the world to me, even when he's playing a dummy. And when we got cast in this, me and Beck were in the same room at Saturday Night Live when we found out together. And I bought Beck a Launchpad action figure in hopes that it would happen. And like, went back and was like, he's Launchpad with Mike, that's insane. Went back and watched the original, and like, I'm like, all I hear now is Beck's voice. But anytime Launchpad comes on camera, it makes me extremely happy.
So funny. Listen, there was a genie in a film that was made of Ducktales. But also the thing, this is already done, but when I auditioned and the process was over and I wasn't sure if I was going to get it, I told Frank and Matt, if I don't get this, can I please be Gizmo Duck? I'll do anything to be Gizmo Duck. And then some random singer guy, but I wasn't, so Gizmo Duck to me was like the biggest and best. And when Lynn got the role, I went on some very nerdy website and I bought him an old school Gizmo Duck pin. And I gave it to him when I saw him afterwards. But Gizmo Duck to me was like anytime he was on screen and I was watching, as a kid, I would be so excited. So for me, Gizmo Duck was my guy outside of the main characters.
I love Webby in this new version. I think she's incredible. My daughter's favorite character. I'm second. I'll take it. It's mine. Launchpad too. Anytime Launchpad.
I don't know, you guys don't think, I'm a big Doofus fan. He's a little weirdo and I really like him. This guy, a good friend of ours, John Gepperling, plays him, does a fantastic job.
I love him.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. I think he makes me, I'm blind. I'm silent in this. Yeah.
Tony Anselmo does not get the credit that he deserves.
It is so hard to do what he does.
It's impossible to talk like Donald.
He tried all day.
He had multiple interviews.
I think the fact that we turned Duckworth into a ghost, and he shows up, he keeps showing up, he's super funny as a ghost. He's great.
The headless man horse is the most important character in all of fiction.
We talked to Fat Mojo about getting a figure for that. We have to.
For me, it's a tie with Zeus and Storkules.
Yes.
Great question.
Thank you so much.
Hi. Okay, so I don't know how canon the comics are, but we know that within that there was a relationship between Magica the Spell and Gladstone Gander. Within the art style for the new Ducktales, every duck has a very distinct tale. The only ones with similar ones being the duck family themselves, along with a couple other minor characters. One of the ones that shares a similar tale to Gladstone is Lena. Is Lena actually the daughter of Magica and not her aunt? And is Gladstone the father?
This is the hardest SAT question I've ever had.
It's been bugging me since I started this show. I need to know.
We are not ready to reveal Lena's parentage yet. I love Paul F. Tompkins as Gladstone Gander. He's definitely coming back. And is amazing as Magica the Spell. I would love to see what happens if those two got together.
And simply because you know more about DuckTales than I ever will.
Zach, you didn't almost cry.
She's literally on eBay right now.
Dear eBay, you'll never believe what just happened.
Hello.
Hey, so I have a question. So it seems like the three cop heroes are coming back in popularity with the other series that was shown online, and then now you guys showed something. My question was, which of the three is your favorite? I guess the question for you.
Which of the three?
Caballero.
Oh, God.
Someone pointed out to me online the other day that between Beaks, Gyro, and Fenton, we also had a duck, a parrot, and a rooster, or a chicken. I was like, are those the science caballeros? They are not my friends. In terms of the three caps, in terms of our version of three caps, I love all three. I love Jose because Bernardo Palma, who plays Jose in our show, he is Brazilian. It's one of the, and he loved, like, I've never seen a person love a character the way Bernardo loved playing Jose. He, like, called his family at home. His dad was excited because Jose is a massive character in Brazil. He's like Brazilian Mickey Mouse. And so just the energy and excitement that Bernardo brings to Jose is really good.
Thanks for your question. Yeah, love that question.
Super loud. I like reading the Scrooge McDuck comics as a kid, and growing up, I always knew that Della was Huey, Dewey, and Louie's mom. But I even have on my computer and on my desktop screens, it has a whole heritage of who's related to who and everything.
That family tree?
Yeah.
That's what we needed to.
But then it shows for the dad, there's just like nothing. It's like a blank face. And are you guys ever going to have creative license? Or...
It's Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
And that's canon now, yeah?
That's right. And not as a duck, it's live action.
We're all in a skyscraper for some
It's
reason.
crazy.
Big gorilla attacks.
Well, why did you guys change the ending of the Ducktales song? Just the ending is changed.
Oh, I really liked the build. It was really good. We heard so many takes on the DuckTales song, but it just felt like the doubling up of the, you mean the, my ponytails are
Yeah, just the part of the end.
Yeah. Just doing it twice just felt like it threw you a little off kilter. Like it made you like a little excited because so much of it is so familiar to you if you're a fan, and to be even a little surprised by that by the time you got to that point, it was like, oh, it just kind of wakes you up a little bit. It's like, this is something different.
It's like ready for a change.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name
Hey.
is Brittany. My question is for all you guys. My question is, what was your favorite episode to see come to life?
Ooh, that's a good one. I was an enormous Darkwing Duck fan, so when I saw Darkwing Duck again for the first time, I almost cried. But also, that episode was chock full of so much nostalgic stuff that it was like the opening sequence is the villains that I miss so much, and then Darkwing comes out, and then it was so intense. So that one for me was a big like. Yeah.
I feel very selfish now. Because mine was pretty much a Louis episode. I think it's a great dime chase, maybe the third or fourth episode, very early on, where you find out about like Scrooge's first dime that he ever made, and Louis accidentally puts it in a soda machine. And that one, yeah. Oh, you got a can of Pep? By the way, I have to get a picture with you guys.
Oh yeah, we gotta get a picture.
Can you guys come right here so we can take a picture?
We're gonna keep talking while you're coming.
That in particular, that episode just was like, I watched that one and I was like, I'm on Ducktales. Like, it's just amazing. But on that side, when we went to Disneyland, we went to Disneyland for like a Ducktales parade. Hi guys. I hadn't seen the Darkwing Duck Cold Open yet, and I watched it like on the ride home from Disneyland like 50 times. And that to me is still like, that's what it is. That's what this show is. It's like we got to see we wanted to see this amazing stuff and we got it. And also like Liquidator's back, and that makes me really happy. I'm a gigantic Megavolt fan, so I was very happy to see him back. You guys can just stand there.
You guys can stand there.
Yeah, can we get should someone grab my phone? I can give my phone to a stranger.
And while they're doing that, I'll say I'd like to talk about my favorite. Well, no, I don't want to take away attention.
I put my mouth on this one. Rinse it off.
And real quick, I'll say, for me, my favorite episode to see all finally put together and done was the very first episode. And speaking of almost crying, I did cry because it was like, it feels like Ducktales. Being able to put that much work and love into something and to have it turn out the way that you hoped felt really, really good and really exciting.
I will say me too, very first episode, all the frantic chaos on the boat, Donald Duck, all the action. It was the first time I saw the animation too, and it just meant everything to me. I was watching with my kids and they might have respected me for the first time in my life. This is for you.
The first thing that happens in the episode is Louis comes in and he has Donald's old outfit. He has like Donald's like blue and yellow and checkered outfit, like, and he takes that and gives him the black outfit, and like to me still I go like I changed Donald. It's not as a cartoon, but let me have it.
So we have time for one more question.
Oh dear.
All right.
That is a good shirt.
That's like really quick, and then
Oh wait, tell the story of your shirt. I read it on Twitter today.
Thank you. This is a bed sheet that I used to have that I got turned into a shirt, so I could be with my dog.
Awesome.
I'm between Ben's age and Bobby's age, and I'm enjoying the Disney afternoon revolution again.
You're 73 years old.
Somewhere between there.
Right.
So, thank you so much. I just want to, Matt and Frank, you say characters miss episodes. Is that story-wise? Is that because David is too busy to voice Scrooge has missed a bunch of episodes? Is that contractual or just,
No, not at all. I mean, it's funny, Matt and I started talking, we actually got down to like, why is this called Ducktales? Like, why is it called that? And Matt had this thing, it's like, it's the tales of the duck family of Duckburg. And so that was very much the MO going forward. It's very much a show about the family. It's about the Ducks and the McDucks and the Vanderquacks and the Beakleys and the Quacks and how they all form this like weird, interesting family. So we decided, and we wanted to push it even further in season 2, the idea of giving everyone some time to shine and messing with the family and really putting a lot of good effort into making these characters something that felt familiar, but were also new and exciting. So mostly it was so that we could let Scrooge is such a huge character. David, I have to thank you to David contractually this week. Thank you, David, for doing our show and organizing and being fantastic. I love you so much. But the idea that Scrooge is such a huge character, and to let him step back and let some of our other characters build up to that level and let them shine, that was really the MO for that.
Great. How many episodes of season 2 have been ordered?
I don't know if we're allowed to say that. 1 million.
All right. Thanks.
We're working very hard. Thank you very much. You're very cool. So, before we end, a couple things to say. If you want, posters and autographs will be signed at the Sales Pavilion, AA05 at 5 today. Toys and comics signed tomorrow at the IDW Fat Mojo booth at 10 a.m. There's book signing from folks at Disney Publishing. There's some great Ducktales books out.
Guys, I have a copy of this book here. This book is amazing. It's the Solving Mysteries and Rewriting History. It's Scrooge McDuck's notes for his autobiography. Fact-checked by Huey, Dewey, Louie, and Webby. It's got some amazing, cool stuff in here. It's written by Rachel Klein and Robert Setti. It's like my favorite ancillary thing that we've put out right now. But it's also got this super cool Gizmo Duck blueprint schematic on the back, and then like a poster for something else. So this is actually, we designed this is the VHS store poster for like a Hercules the Legendary Journey style, like 90s Darkwing series we watched back in the day. But they're signing this at the booth tomorrow along with the awesome Fat Mojo Gold things and the comics and everything. We're all over the place, you guys.
We got one more of these gold, limited edition gold things signed by everybody, and I would really like to give it to Mom Beagle.
Yeah!
I mean, he's dressed up as a kind of people boy.
Sorry, Mom Beagle, this goes away.
Can we see the next 3 people in line who didn't get to ask questions? Because we've got signed things.
Yeah.
There you go, coming up. Get your
1,
coins.
2, 3.